Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, hello, hello.
This is not a test.
Yeah.
Stephanie and I, for those of you who can see us,
right?
And for those of you who can't, Stephanie and I are in the same room for the first time in
10 months.
10 months. I was about to say a year.
It's been almost a year. It has been almost a year. Like real talk. Well, it has been. It's been because it was a month we took off.
Yeah.
Before I moved. Like in my process of moving.
That's true.
So I feel like it's
been close but it hasn't.
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
Because it's almost August now.
Yeah. I moved in on September 5th. You moved me in here on September 5th.
That was September 5th? I don't know why I thought that was October.
That was
September.
Yep. You moved me in here on September.
It's really almost been a year for real.
It's been almost a year.
Jesus.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We just catching up. Because it's the first time we actually been in a room together for a long time. So
oh my gosh.
We appreciate you guys bearing with us.
Yes.
But I am on the road on the way up to DC. So we're gonna dedicate this episode to Grandma, my grandmother, Grandma Ruth. She passed away a little over a week ago. So shout out to you, Grandma.
Yes.
This episode is for you.
Yes, Grandma Ruth. We here.
What episode is it?
71?
Is it 71?
I think it's 71.
Episode 71.
That's my guess, y'all. Just be clear.
I don't even have a way of double checking that, but I'm
no,
just
I believe
with it
that
because I think it's 71
because we did 70 and then we didn't do any. So I think we're at 71.
All right, so this is episode 71.
Yep.
Of the Field to the Real podcast, and we are back. We took a little short hiatus. I had a whole bunch going on in life, and it really took because I was like, "Nah, Stephanie, we're gonna do it. We gotta stay consistent." She was like, "Jarrett, slow down.
Just
like,
take a moment.
Get it together first. Figure it out, and then we can come back."
Yes.
So this is us coming back.
Yes.
And so let's jump right into who's really right.
Lord have mercy, this who's really right. Okay.
You know how I feel about boxing.
Yeah, no.
So when it was announced that not only was Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson going to do an exhibition fight, but also Nate Robinson and Jake Paul. Okay, I get them confused. I did this yesterday, didn't I?
Jake, yes.
But they're all going to do an exhibition bout. And so Nate Robinson, who is not a boxer, is a former football and basketball player. And Jake Paul, I have really no idea what he does, but he's like a YouTube star or something like that.
That's it.
They're going to be the undercard for this fight. And I believe this fight is going to make a lot of money.
Oh.
But that's not the point. The who's really right is, do you want to see it? And I think you guys know where I stand. So Stephanie, as always, lady first.
Anybody who's watching, you see my face. Because we already have determined that I cannot hide how I feel.
At all.
At all. So let us be clear that I feel like this is the biggest bunch of garbage. Ever. Garbage ever. Garbage. Oh my God. And wait, what's the question? I feel like I'm on the hot ones because it's so, like, I don't even remember the question. I'm like, oh, so, yeah.
Do you want to see it?
No.
Not even a little bit. You are not intrigued by this at all?
Not at all.
Have you not seen the videos of Mike Tyson?
Not at all. I don't want to see not one of these four people do I want to see
Not
fighting.
Even Nate?
No.
You don't want to see Nate fight?
No, I do not.
Oh, my God.
For what? You just said it. What was Nate's profession?
Nate is an athlete.
No, don't do that. I said, what was his profession?
He was a football player and a basketball player.
But professionally?
Both.
He played professional football?
Did he make the roster for the Seahawks?
Oh.
I know after basketball.
See, this is a story I had no idea about.
He had took a hiatus.
I need him to sit down.
He had took a hiatus from basketball and he went and tried out as a cornerback because he played cornerback at the University of Washington. Mm-hmm. He went and tried out for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't remember if he made the team though. He must not have because we probably would have known.
You think?
For sure. He probably.
I'm just saying, I've never heard this, so clearly something's missing in this story, and that would be probably that he made it to the team, made it on the team. So I'm just saying, no, go sit down. Like you did your thing. Like, what is this about? Like, listen, I'm gonna just say this: it's very rare. I could think of on my one hand and probably two fingers the number of people who have gone from one sport into another successfully.
That's true. That's true.
Bo comes to mind instantly.
Yeah.
Deion comes to mind. But who else?
We can say Russell Wilson.
Baseball too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it wasn't professional, was it?
Mm-hmm.
He played he was in the triple.
No. Well, so his focus is attention on football.
Okay.
But I want to say he's with the Yankees.
Okay.
And he could probably play if he wanted to.
Okay.
In the majors.
See, didn't know that either. But either way, he's not doing it because he
right.
said, "I'm going to focus
I'm
my
focus.
I'm gonna focus." Oh, okay. So back to my point that like you were. First of all, you were a phenom as a basketball player because you were rather small as a basketball player, and you were successful in the sport in the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. So for you to, this is a case of somebody who needs to visit us in the project when they were in college, because you need to know who you are when the sport is over. So you're not grasping at things that clearly are not for you.
Well, we gotta see.
No, right? I don't want to see. So your question is, do I want to? I don't want to see.
You don't want to see?
I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I'm sorry. I don't want to see this. And the thing about it is, luckily, you're fighting somebody that I don't think has any real potential to hurt you, because I don't know what you do. What he does outside of, like, it's like two novice people coming together, in my opinion.
Well, he's fought before. He's done a celebrity.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah.
You said celebrity.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean for real.
Well, so that's why they're paired together.
Yeah. This is two. Yeah.
Which is why I think that
amateurs.
I really want to see this.
I don't.
Okay, now let's go. Because
to the big bill.
Yeah.
Now go on to the big bill.
Now, why don't you want to see that? You don't really like fighting like that anyway, though.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I will watch. I will watch.
Okay.
If it was something of interest to me, I would watch. I like watch. I hate the violence of it, but I like Conor McGregor for MMA.
Okay.
I like to see when it makes sense.
Okay.
This makes no sense.
Okay.
So the headliner is two people who need to go sit down. I mean, good. This is their sport, at least. At least we can say this is their sport, right? But how long has it been since either one of y'all? I mean, don't count little. Don't count stuff that's crazy. I mean, for real fights.
No. So I can't think of the name of the fighter he fought.
Who?
But I actually Mike Tyson. But in 2006, because I was bouncing at a club in DC.
Did you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
2006. So that was 14 years ago?
14 years. Listen. So
the fight got stopped.
A whole person could be an adolescent at this point. Was born this. Come on now. They could be going to high school this year. I'm just saying. I'm going to just keep on saying the same thing. But you go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why I feel like at least some of the world has to agree with me.
Okay.
Right? I feel like some of the world has to agree with me because the fight is actually happening. And if there wasn't a interest in the fight, there's no way they booked this fight. Now, I think this Nate Robinson, Jake Paul thing probably stemmed over Twitter beef, because if you remember correctly, Jake Paul wanted to fight Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think I would have wanted to see that.
No, because he would have beat him down.
Yeah. I'm
sorry. Even not being his sport, I feel like he'd have beat him down. It wouldn't have been fun.
Now that's why I feel I like Nate Robinson as a trash talker. And you know how much I love boxing.
Okay.
And so I feel like this is going to be very entertaining. But the reason why I think people are really going to tune into the what do you call it? The main event is because folks saw that video of Tyson being back in shape, hitting the his trainer had on the padding, hitting that pad and hearing it snap and seeing how quickly he was throwing those punches. And people were intrigued, like, yo, could Tyson still fight? And then they said something crazy, like, man, Tyson should fight Tyson Fury. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have wanted to see that. Because that would have been a massacre.
That would have been, you're 54 years old, sir. You're 54 years old.
But I think this is a good matchup of, it's an exhibition. It's only 8 rounds. Yeah. These two guys were at the top of boxing in their primes. And one of the things I will say is people are really sleeping on Roy Jones Jr. Like
now or then?
Huh?
You said they are sleeping on him. They were sleeping on him.
Now, I think a lot of people who are commenting on this are casual fans of boxing, and so they've seen like the videos of Tyson, and they've seen, how Tyson was at his prime. And I don't think they went and looked back at Roy Jones Jr. Saw Roy Jones Jr. at his prime. I would venture to say Tyson's ascent was sharp, and it descended just as sharp. Mm-hmm. Roy Jones Jr. had probably a longer career and a better career.
Absolutely.
He held.
Well, he helps not to go to jail too.
Well, that'll help. He held belts in 4 different divisions, 4 different weight classes. Yeah. So, I people were sleeping on Roy Jones Jr. I don't know. I still feel like Tyson would probably edge it out.
Just simply, so it's an exhibition. So there's no weight class thing because Roy is a little small compared to Mike.
But weight-wise, he'd still be a heavyweight.
He's still small.
Yeah.
Compared to Mike.
True.
Just saying. Like, you know what? I'm going to say that I don't want to see neither one of them fighting. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I would have rather seen a rematch. Him and Evander. Bring them old buds back together. And let them 2 birds fight it out.
I got to see. I haven't seen Evander Holyfield in a while. I don't know if he's in the shape to fight.
He's not.
Oh, okay.
I saw him on one of Kevin Hart's.
Okay.
He's not. But
Tyson's in shape.
I respect that. Like, I'm looking at Shannon Sharp the other day like, dang, this dude look like he go get on the field right now. Like, I respect that you put yourself in a place to be able to box. Mm-hmm. I don't want to. You're 54 years. I don't want to see you out. 2 retired old dudes out here fighting each other. Like, it's like, what is that movie? Kevin Hart was in this movie where these 2 old, with Sylvester Stallone and somebody else. Wasn't it Sylvester Stallone? Oh my God, what's the name of this movie? Anyway, these 2 old men was gonna fight each other. This is what this reminds me. This is what this reminds me of. Like, I don't want to see that. Is this a Senior Bowl? Like, what is this? I don't want to see that. I don't.
Senior Bowl. All right, so sidebar.
Yep.
Did you see the video of? I think it was Tyreek Hill racing Terrell Owens.
No, Terrell beat him.
No, but he was on his heels.
I believe it.
Tyreek Hill ran maybe a 4.2 something. Mm-hmm. Terrell Owens ran a 4.3. At 40-something years old.
Did you see the video of Ocho Cinco?
I did.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, y'all. My dog's whining. Literally, he's on a treadmill though, and they're clocking him on the treadmill.
Oh yeah, those guys
doing like 22, 23, 20. I don't know what it was. Like, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I'm like, what? It's how does it? So I understand what you're saying. I get the point. I don't want to see it. Mm-mm. I'm okay with it. You can watch. They don't have to worry about me.
So y'all tell us who y'all think's really right.
Yeah.
Do you all want to see this? Let us know.
54 and 51. Mm-hmm. Come on, please.
They still in good shape, though.
Geriatric boxing.
Now, if they look like...
I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they look like. Y'all still owe.
They still owe. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Y'all tell us who's
tell
really
us
right.
who's really right.
I'm not
if you want to see this, or if you don't.
Yeah, no.
I think you do.
I don't know why you would, but okay. Whoever, whatever floats your boat, but no. No.
All right, let's move on to these infamous wangs.
This disturbed me. Listen, I didn't know this part that you gotta tell this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell the story. Everybody knows that the NBA is about to come back. Actually, by the time you hear this, the first game would have been yesterday, right? So NBA is coming back. You know that they're in the bubble. A few players have had to leave the bubble for family emergencies. Right. Lou Will, Zion. Somebody else. I don't remember who it was. Mm-hmm. But Lou Will ended up leaving the bubble so he can go to his friend's grandfather's funeral. Now, the first offense was that he told the NBA, instead of telling them it was his friend's grandfather's funeral, he told them it was his grandfather's funeral. Yeah. Which,
hopefully your grandparents are already gone, because that's
right,
a scary thing. Don't do that. You don't want to say you don't want to play with them. Don't do that.
And so, that was strike one to him. So he needed to leave the bubble, go, and then come right back. Mm-hmm. Well, Lou Will decided to make a detour after leaving the funeral, and he went to Magic City
in Atlanta.
For those of you who are listening, you know what Magic City is.
Everybody might not.
Y'all know.
Everybody might not.
So Magic City is a gentleman's club.
It's a strip club in Atlanta. Next to the jail, okay?
It's right next to the jail.
If that gives you any indication.
And I've been to both.
Oh my God. Help us, Lord.
But no. So, in his defense, the food at some of these strip clubs is really good. In his defense, right?
My grandmama said, if you don't have nothing nice,
you sip her tea. So he wasn't supposed to make this detour, but he said he was going to get some food, to get some dinner before he went back into the bubble. Now,
so wait, that's his excuse.
Yeah, his excuse was I needed to get some dinner.
And now, only Magic City had what he needed.
Only Magic City, because not everybody. Now, this is something that y'all gotta understand. Lemon pepper wings are good, right? But it's something different when you got the wet lemon peppers. Okay. Like the lemon pepper rub is alright, it's cool, but the wet lemon peppers are something special. Now, Lou Will has his own wing at the strip club. They're actually named after him, the Lou Will lemon peppers.
Y'all
they're
see
like
already
a lemon pepper
issue,
type
right?
of barbecue. Okay. So he was just going to get his wings.
So you see the problem already. As long as you see the problem already in all of this. So this is the problem, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And so he decides to go back to the bubble. He didn't tell them that he had made a detour to get some dinner.
Did he wear his mask while he was in there? Maybe
he certainly didn't wear his mask while he was in there.
Oh, okay.
And he took a picture with, I don't know if he's a well-known rapper, but took a picture with a rapper and it got posted on the gram. And that's how everyone found out that his dinner was at Magic City.
Maybe it was the dessert that he was looking for.
A little entertainment with your dinner.
Yeah, maybe. Just a little bit.
A little bit of entertainment with your dinner. Mm-hmm. But no, I thought that this was very selfish of him. It's unfortunate that he still, it seems like, doesn't see how big a deal this is. And forget being his teammate. If I'm anybody else in the bubble, I'm furious because
you brought back.
I am here trying to keep myself and my family safe.
That's right. I'm away from my family.
Yeah,
just to keep them safe.
Right.
And myself safe and everybody else so that we can play this game that we love.
Right. And so
that was the whole point. of getting in the bubble.
Right. And so you're going places, exposing yourself to the virus. I'm not really understanding that you come back with COVID and you blow up the whole bubble.
The mentality that people have about this, that they can be so cavalier and casual, still blows my mind. 150,000 plus people have died. I mean, granted, they're saying that most of the people who are, the cases are amongst people who are younger, and the most of the people who are passing away are those older with underlying conditions. Right. But nonetheless, people still randomly within there, it ain't all 150,000 of them.
Right. We've seen some healthy people pass.
Exactly. So you're putting my life, bunk basketball, you're putting my life in danger, because who knows who, because really, I don't see it having any, I mean, they put those parameters on it, but I don't, it's random to me. It just seems real random to me. And so I feel like it's just real, like you said, it's selfish for you to not think of the bigger picture and not just yourself. I don't care what they name them wings and how good they, listen, it's Wingstops in Atlanta, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, they got wet.
They ain't got no wet lemon
peppers.
They
do have wet lemon peppers. They do.
They got the dry rub lemon
peppers.
No, they don't. Wingstop?
Yeah. No, that's all I ever eat. So I know that they wet.
I know. I've been to, the only place I've ever been that has the wet lemon peppers is Wing Zone.
The Wingstop up here got wet lemon peppers.
But I'm going to tell you the other place.
That's okay, I got another one. American Deli make wet lemon pepper wings, because you can get them dry or wet from them. I know this for sure. So it's too many.
Like
it don't matter. You really want a wet lemon pepper wing like that? You could find a spot that's not the strip club. And how about you probably could have come back to the bubble, and they'd have probably made you some, because they got chefs and everything. They gotta have people cooking for them and everything.
Yeah.
You could have requested some wet lemon pepper wings. So you didn't go there for no lemon pepper wings. You went there for some other wings.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Now let me defend him a little bit. No. I'm not defending them. No, I'm not. No. I'm sorry. I'm not defending him. But let me defend this point, because there's no way that you should go you in the bubble.
No.
But let's say that there was no bubble, and let's say this was a regular road game and you just missed curfew for your lemon pepper wings. I understand why you would say, yo, I'm going to go get them from Magic City, as opposed to going to like an American Deli. Like, so my feeling on this is, at home, I like, wings with mumbo sauce. If any of you all are from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, you know what I'm talking about. And there are only a handful of places I can go where I'm going to really enjoy it. Now, I got to get them from Howard China, or we call it Ho Chi. I got to get them from Howard China with the mumbo sauce. If I don't get it from Howard China and I get them from somewhere like Jerry Yums and Largo, I'm going to eat them, but I ain't going to be happy. Not as happy as I would if I got it from Ho Chi. Now you know that. You know you got your places.
To do with
you know you got your places that you go to that you like the food there. You could get it from somewhere else, but it ain't gonna be like how it is at the place that you like.
This has nothing to do with chicken wings. We are not going to make this about. This is not about a chicken wing. This man might be addicted to the strip club, because that you would make a beeline there before you go back to Orlando means, to me, it ain't about no chicken wings. I'm sorry. Because as an athlete, you know this.
Yeah.
You have to, you're disciplined in what you do anyway. So if it required me to not do something in order to be able to be prepared to go do what I need to do, then as an athlete, your mindset is, I'm going to do that.
Right.
You don't just eat what you want to when you're in season, because I need to stay in a particular shape in order to be able to be at my best. So this is not about chicken wings. You know me, I'm gonna take it to the real, and I'm gonna just say he's addicted to the strip club.
in order to like not go back to like, And the fact that he was really just arguing with people and getting upset with people, like that, his thing that he went on with Kendrick Perkins was totally uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? Like telling him, like, I went there for the food. Like the only thing you got on me in my 16-year career. Like the point isn't that you went to.
Right.
It's not that you went to the strip club. It's that it's the time that you went. You go to the strip club on your own on your own time. If you're not coming to a bubble where everybody's trying to keep from getting COVID.
See, because I mean, Lord, I hope this isn't true. But if this is truly like an addiction for him, did you just, because it wasn't your grandfather, let's start with the lie. Yeah. Can we back it up to the lie?
Yeah.
That you said, I hope that you had such a strong relationship with either this person that is your friend or this man that passed away because he was your friend's grandfather, that you truly got out of this bubble for them.
For that, yeah.
Because if you just like, I'm fiending for Magic City, not Lou Will Wings, but Magic City, then that's a problem. We need to have a conversation about this, sir. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Yeah. Listen, it was just selfish.
It was.
I don't care why you went. I don't care why you went. It was selfish. And if it is because of the whatever is attracting you in the club that ain't got nothing to do with chicken, then I need you to, seek help. Yeah. It really, literally, because you don't want to be, I don't want anybody to be a slave to anything. I don't want people to be addicted to anything because it's something that enslaves you.
Right. And to your point earlier, while I was, making jokes about it. When you know that other people are depending on you, you know what I'm saying, for their safety, like the least you can do, I don't care how much you like those wings, the least you can do is go somewhere where you're not surrounded by all of these people who could potentially give you a virus that you can give to other people and kill them.
Right.
Because it's not just players in the bubble.
Exactly.
It's coaches.
It's coaches. And we're talking about it because it was this whole thing about the older coaches.
Right.
And them being more susceptible, being like, this is not, it's just a teammate thing, bro. Like it's not just the people on your actual team, but I'm saying like we all in this together kind of thing. And so it's just wrong. It's just wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And you'll feel like absolute poop if something happens to somebody. You'd feel like absolute poop. Yeah. Real talk. So I hope that the wings was worth it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
and the view too.
He got a quarantine for 14 days. So.
Well, either way, now you don't get to play. So I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, and they played tonight. They played the Lakers yesterday.
Did they? Oh.
Well, it's tomorrow, but
okay, they play tomorrow. Yeah, so
And you ain't gonna be able to play in that.
You ain't gonna get to play. And I love Lou Will. Me too. He's from Atlanta, so I love myself some Lou Will, but no, sir. Okay.
Do better.
All right.
Jamal Adams to the Seahawks. Now, this kind of it's been inevitable, I think, but it hit a fever pitch last week when he came and made those comments about Adam Gase and he not being the leader that the Jets needed. He had to get out of town after that. There's no way that he could have stayed.
Right. Well, that was probably on purpose.
Well, no. He used his leverage. His leverage is make the locker room as uncomfortable as possible so that they have to trade you. I was just curious as to why the Seahawks gave up as much as they did, knowing that he needed to get traded. Now, what I feel like is that they see him as Cam Chancellor 2.0.
Really?
Because he's not that great of a cover corner, but he'll come down and knock the pants off somebody.
Well, I guess that's important too.
But
that's not even a game.
They're going to have to pay him.
They give up like first round picks for like a couple of years or something.
I think they gave up 2 first round picks, and I just don't understand that. This team is against the wall. You use your leverage. Your leverage is they need to get rid of him.
Right.
And I don't think that any other team would have paid that price for him. I don't think. And it makes you think like, okay, you got him, and I get it. He is. I don't know if I'll say he's a transcendent player, but he's coming. He's like getting up there.
Yeah.
And while I don't think that Jadeveon Clowney's production maybe warranted a big contract. Like
he's proven himself.
Yeah, what he's able to do outside of the stat sheet is very important.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you're going to get that production this year from whoever else fills that position. So I think that because you're going to have to pay Jamal Adams. Like that's his issue is he went to the Jets. He felt like he was going to get paid. And I know he has 2 more years left on that deal. But if somebody traded for him, ultimately they're taking on I'm going to pay this kid what he wants.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it was a good deal.
For the Seahawks.
For the Seahawks, yeah.
No, for the Seahawks, no. I don't. It wasn't who was it that we talked about like a couple of months ago? It was a crazy trade like that too. And we were like, why would you give up?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, like this is kind of that same feeling. Like, what is happening? Like, what's?
But that was like in the other way. Like,
like, you gave up Houston, nothing.
You got back nothing in return for somebody as huge as DeAndre.
Right. But either way, just a bad deal for somebody in the long run. And not that I feel like it's a bad deal, but I find it interesting. What do you think about Le'Veon Bell's?
In their interaction?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it
I still don't get it. That's why I'm asking, because I was trying to figure out what happened.
I think that what probably happened is Jamal Adams probably called him and said, like, yo, come to the Jets, sign with the Jets. Like, this is where you should be, you know. And in Jamal Adams' mind, he probably was like, oh, I'm going to get paid, so I'm going to still be here. Like, we can do this thing together. And then he made all that noise to get out of town, and, like, Le'Veon Bell's like, Slim, you asked me to come.
Right. But you didn't have to come.
Right. But so that's my thing. Like,
why are you? Yeah.
Like, don't be mad at him, or you don't got to do that on social media. Call him. Like, Slim, you told me to come here.
Right.
I just think that was a social media, like.
Well, but that's how we are nowadays.
Yeah,
apparently, everybody kind of uses cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Is their way to do things. You don't want to be bad and tough and confrontational to somebody in real time, because you don't want to deal with you want everybody to be, so you can have people on your side or whatever
public perception play.
Yeah,
I was like, he ain't even at him,
right?
Like you subtweeting, like
what is we doing? Like what is we doing? That's what I was saying. So yeah. Well, you know what I said to you when I we y'all know we text all the time. So when we sent this, you sent this to me, and then I sent you the gift with LeBron, and all I could say was about damn time,
right?
Because I'm sick of hearing this. Like, go on and make something.
It was inevitable. Like,
let's be done.
Even from the moment where he had that video, he was talking to a fan. He said something about wanting to be a Cowboy. Yeah, we knew it was inevitable. Bye.
Let's get this over with. Great, it's done now. Hallelujah.
I'm sure the Jets feel good about that.
Yes, like, whoo, that's a weight off. Right. Let's be done. Yeah. So.
And whoever that number 2 strong safety was, he's sure he's happy.
Yes. Like, thank you. Yes. Okay.
All right, so we're going to stay on football.
Oh, gosh. Lord.
You know how, first let me say, and I'm not saying that I'm proud of the team in Washington for making this decision, because I don't think that it was made with the right intention. I think that it was made
out of
purely for money reasons, and it was. I do thank the people who applied that pressure, and now we see that you guys can apply pressure when you want to, and make some of these billionaires like make some decisions. So we need y'all to keep that same energy when we start really diving into this reparation conversation.
Right.
Now, the team in Washington has decided to change their name to Washington Football Team.
For this year. That's it.
Sorry, you guys who are listening, but we both just looked off after that because there was no creativity. Now, I could see, like, if you did something like Prince ain't have a name for a while, but that symbol was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, give us something. Like, that's all y'all could come up with.
And they spent hours. It's hilarious. Nobody with any creativity was in this room. That's all I can say.
In fairness, there is a guy in Virginia who has bought up the trademark to every franchise or every name that the Washington football team could have switched to, or I guess maybe we're thinking about switching to.
Had to be what he thought they were switching. It's got to be something out there beyond what he.
So I think certainly one of the ones that I said was the Washington Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like maybe the Native American, excuse me, not Native American, the indigenous people,
mm-hmm.
they still may not have accepted that as an honor. So I said the Washington Warriors and that you could change the logo.
Yeah.
But I could understand if, indigenous people were like, nah, we good. Don't use
We don't
us.
want us to be in it at all. Like, just take us on out of this. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I completely understand with that. But that was one of the names that the guy had trademarked because obviously the alliteration kind of made sense. And, if the team in Washington still wanted to honor, I suppose,
mm-hmm.
indigenous people, that seemed like a no-brainer. But he has quite a few that he's trademarked. And if they want it, they're going to have to pay him for it. So I understand why it was like, okay,
name heist.
We don't have anything that we can think of in these 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go with Washington football team. But Washington football team is what they landed on, and there's no creativity to this. They don't even have a logo.
When I sent it to you, you didn't believe it.
I didn't even believe you when you sent it to me. Yeah.
Y'all see, I don't have much to say because I just said, wow.
Yeah.
Because I was telling you yesterday that Charlotte now has a soccer team.
Right.
At least the soccer team has a really cool logo.
That's true.
And it's the Charlotte Football Club.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
Because football, play on the words, we know around the world football is seen as soccer. So
right.
Like that. But the whole
Sorry, guys.
Football, I don't. It's just so
Washington football team.
I don't. What is the jersey even like? What are you? I don't like. I don't even have words, Jared. Like, what is this gonna look like?
The colors are the same.
It's just gonna take Redskins off.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be a blank jersey, just blank.
I'm gonna say football team.
It's not. It will not. It better.
They have not unveiled like a logo. Like I don't. And I understand why they wouldn't unveil a logo. You think about it, okay, right?
Well, how do you have a logo when you don't have? Unless you're gonna use the football. How do you have a logo?
Well, so the thing is, it would take time to get the logo trademarked, and during that time, while the logo is being trademarked, people can still
because of the intellectual property laws.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, buddy. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be interesting talking about them this year.
I don't,
the football team. Yeah, them.
I don't know. I don't know that they'll get talked about. At least not from me.
Ooh.
Every time we have a something where we got to talk about the team in Washington, I'm just going to be quiet the entire time.
I think I saw a picture like they had I don't know if it was like real or it was something they just took from some other context, but a picture of Chase Young's face.
Oh man,
I said this. I told you this not where this baby was supposed to go. Did I tell you this not where that baby was supposed to go?
No, he grew up a fan.
I don't care. This is not where he no.
That is where he needed to be.
It is not. It is not.
Listen, we are grasping at straws here. We need players.
It is unraveling. When you don't have a name, they want your owner out. You don't have. Listen, I hate it. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Ron Rivera. I do. Like, I feel bad for these people. Like, I'm sorry that you got to be a part of this mess. Because this is mess.
Hey, listen, NFL. If you're going to make Dan Snyder sell this team, you better sell him to a black person. That's all I'm going to say.
At least have some black ownership a part of this.
No, I need black majority owner.
I mean, I'm good with that. I'm just saying, you went right for the fence. You went right up. I'm just saying, can we at least get some?
We already know that the Williams sisters are
yeah.
minority owners in Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? So we see some minority ownership, which is cool. Now we need the top guy, black guy.
Who is that gonna be? Okay. Patrick Mahomes and somebody just bought
into the
the soccer.
No, the Kansas City Royals.
The baseball. Yeah. So I'm like, listen, people got their mindset.
I'm using that money ASAP.
Okay.
And then
to make money. Let's ride.
Did the KD bought into a soccer thing? Is that what you was talking about?
Maybe so.
Yeah. So
let's go.
These guys are using this money the correct way. They're not just blowing it.
That's right.
They are becoming owners.
OPE. Let's do it. Other people's effort.
Yeah.
Let's go. Absolutely. Well.
Yes.
But yeah. Well, I'm sorry for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
I do appreciate that they changed it.
Yes, but I'm just sorry that they didn't have any creativity to come up with something that would make sense.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's all.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I hope y'all don't hear my stomach over here.
Let's I hear it.
You don't hear it? Oh, good. I ate oatmeal. It's gone.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's jump into this mental health moment.
Okay.
This week we got Jenny Sherer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just going to give this disclaimer first. Some of these words in here, I don't pronounce all that well. And that probably comes as a shock to my friends who have labeled me Big Word Heard.
Oh, you're not. Listen. I watched on YouTube the video of every time Kevin Hart has been on First Take, and how he talks about Stephen A. You're not. He's like coming up with all of these words that don't even make sense.
I'm Stephen A. My friend.
Okay, all right. Got it.
But some of these words I'm not going to be able to pronounce all that well because I've never seen them before. And
he is the kinesiology guy. So just so y'all know,
I have practiced, but I probably have been practicing wrong. So Jenny Sherer, she's a former pro runner from Madison, Wisconsin. She was a 9-time Division III All-American. And immediately upon graduating, she signed with a pro contract with the Hanson Brooks team as a pro runner. She won her first professional race, which was a half marathon. And she just missed Olympic qualifying.
Wow.
Well, we're talking about her because a lot of the people that we talk about in these mental health moments, like depression starts and it leads to something else.
Right.
And so what her depression led to was anorexia.
Yeah.
And after anorexia, she spiraled, she had a downward spiral. And not only did she was she hospitalized for anorexia, but she also ended up having stress fractures, which sent her deeper into depression.
Wow. Stress fractures from anorexia. See,
right.
People don't even think about. I mean, it's the malnutrition in your bones, and so that makes it okay. Wow.
Well, through that, she ended up finding out that she had osteopenia, which is a precursor to osteoporosis.
They got some
at 22 years old.
There's some everything.
On top of that, the anorexia led to
just the one
amenorrheic.
Yeah, that right there.
Or being amenorrheic, which is when you don't menstruate.
Yeah.
And she went 3 years without cycling.
Clearly, she was not having sex because I would have flipped out after the first 2-3 months. Like,
right.
Wait, what?
Right, hold on now.
So sorry, that's just out of pocket. Sorry.
After 19 months, after 19 months of signing her pro contract, she was released from the team because she was dealing with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And her teammates didn't understand what was going on with her, and they didn't know how to help her.
Didn't you say she was like self-isolating
herself?
herself?
Yeah, she was isolating herself.
Yeah. So Yeah. And they didn't know because she wouldn't let them in.
Right. And that's what I was saying. I was wondering if like folks saw the signs. Like,
I'm sure they did, but when you're probably a standoffish person, they tend not to want to come to you with things like that. Like be like, oh well, if I'm your friend and we're close, I'm concerned. I'm gonna say, hey Jared, you don't look good. What's going on? That's different. Right. But when you standoffish and you isolated yourself from people, then people tend to let you just be.
True.
Even if they seeing it, they just like, oh well, she's just doing her. We're gonna
let her do her.
Mm-hmm.
But she got to that lowest point after being what is it, being removed from her contract or having her contract terminated.
Yeah.
She moved to Minneapolis and she sought treatment at the Emily program. Mm-hmm. She gained weight, found a place of recovery, and got her life back.
Yes, God. Thank you.
So
that's wow.
She says 3 years after her last treatment session at the Emily program, she has found a healthy way to run and occasionally race. But thankfully, I am a world away from the anorexic young woman I was.
I'm wondering, I know that people have multiple reasons for having these mental health issues. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to say that there's one way one reason you become anorexic, but I'm wondering, was she more prone to, in her mind anyway, her mind being heavier naturally, and so that was the reason why you might have even started down that road. Depression could have been, like you said, if she said that, depression, but I'm wondering what was the trigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm always that's just my personality. I want to know what happened. How we get there.
I need to know the why.
Yeah, how do we get there? Because and I hope that what this does is, if there are people who are listening, who might be suffering from this same illness, that you see the severity that it can bring. It's not just about you being a little small. It's so many other things that happen in your body.
Right.
And malnutrition is serious.
Yeah, it is.
So I really hope that if this is something that you're going through, that you really go to seek help.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's bad for your health, but it doesn't make you a bad person. Right. It's not something that you need to be ashamed of. Right. Just go seek help. Get what you need, because obviously you don't want to be in this predicament that we're talking about. This is not a good thing that she went through, and praise God she was able to see her way out. Right.
Some people don't.
Some people don't. It's so serious that people die.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not something to play around with. And yes, it's a mental health issue.
Yeah.
It is because it's in your mind. The things that you tell yourself in your mind that make you do the things that you do to your body. It's a physiological thing. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
shout out to her.
Yes, glad she got it together. Kudos that she got herself together, because that's not an easy thing to pull yourself up by your bootstraps after you've experienced so much loss and so many things as a result of. So good for her. It's easy to just stay in the loop.
In that,
yeah. So good for her. Okay.
All right. On to the real.
Yeah.
Now, you told me about this one.
So hyped.
This is one of those special On to the real.
My gosh.
Where technically the person is still playing.
Can.
Well, when I say still playing, he hasn't retired.
Correct.
He just said, I ain't playing this season.
Yep. Not this year. Yeah.
And you told me yesterday about the quote that he had. And I don't want to mess it up, but it was basically a quote about playing football and catching COVID.
Yeah, well, he's, let's see. So I had to make in my life, but I must follow my convictions, do what I believe is right for me personally. I was trying to find it, the actual, what he said.
What he actually said?
Yeah.
I don't want to. So I'm gonna paraphrase. I remember you saying this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. So basically, for him, it was more of So we're not telling anything about him. Hold on.
Yeah, I know.
This is the Chiefs' right guard,
mm-hmm.
Laurant Duvernay-Tardiff. He is actually a doctor,
mm-hmm.
as well as a professional football player.
Mm-hmm.
And he is opted out of the 2020 season.
Yeah.
And so what Jarrett is talking about, I believe, is him saying this right here. Being at the front line during this off season has given me a different perspective on this pandemic and the stress it puts on individuals and our healthcare system. I cannot allow myself to potentially transmit the virus in our communities simply to play the sport that I love. If I'm going to take risks, I will do it caring for patients.
That's it right there. Man.
That is such a huge... This is what we were just talking about with Lou Williams, basically. Like, this man is saying, I've been in these hospitals, in this whatever hospital, on the front line, seeing COVID patients day in, day out, and we already know that they are taking the biggest risk of anybody because you know for sure you are around people who've contracted this virus. Therefore, you are taking a bigger risk than the average person. And so because of that, you said to yourself, I'm not going to take what's potentially a part of me and my decisions and put it on somebody else to make it have to be their decision as well. And so I love that. First of all, I love that you're a doctor and a we don't have many of those. I know we had, what's his name, the Rhodes Scholar. What's his name?
Myron Rolle.
Rolle, yes. We had Myron Rolle, him, and then I know Calvin Johnson was kind of like an engineer type, So I know there are some, but I love this because we need to get out of this mindset that athletes are dumb jocks. You know what I mean? And I love these kind of stories, and I love this. This man's a doctor. He's on the front lines doing his thing. He's opted out of playing in order to protect people from the sport that he loves, because he knows he could probably go play football for another 5 years and then just retire and go be a doctor and be done. But he didn't. He knows what he's been doing, and so I commend him for two things. One, that you actually are a doctor in the midst of playing football. And that's a lot, because football takes a lot from you. And then the fact that you would be conscious enough to make such an important decision that it's hurtful to you, but not harming other people. So I love it. So for me, he gets 2 kudos. I'm sorry. Real talk. This was great. This was great.
And to add to that, there have been other players. His is the first story I've heard like this. Yeah. Where it's on to the real. Yeah. But there have been other stories. I believe that not to take any shine off of him, but other players who have decided to sit out this season. One being what is his name? Linebacker for the Patriots. Can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he just became a dad. Oh, okay. And he made the decision. He says, I can't do it. And he was on this podcast and he was talking about how just he couldn't put into words the feeling of being a father. Right. And affected because they're not going to be in a bubble. Right. No. It's like the chaos that's happening with the baseball. Yeah. It's just for real, you having to cancel games left and right because outbreaks are happening. So I wouldn't do that to myself either, honestly. And so I think, they've been working diligently. The NFL Players Association has been working with the NFL and their doctors to really come up with something that they think will help but I don't know that it's really going to be, I don't know that it's going to be. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right. So again, kudos to you, sir, Mr. Laurent Duvernay-Tardiff. Yes. I wonder if he's related to Ava Duvernay. Somehow I doubt it, guys. Okay.
We never know. We know we're a melting pot in this country, so he could be. Just we never know. They just look a little different, but hey, they look a little different.
All right, feel good final thought.
Oh yeah.
Now you know how I feel about my goat.
I know. Patrick Chung.
Huh?
Was it Patrick Chung you were talking about? You know, he's opted out.
Oh no, not Patrick Chung. He's the safety.
That's right.
This one is a linebacker.
I'm sorry, I was just
no, it's okay. Yeah. I was about to say Mayo, but I don't think that's it.
You can go ahead. Dante Hightower.
Dante Hightower, that's it. Yeah. But I feel good final thought. You know how I feel about my GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
But who brought the story?
You brought the story.
Because I told you how I feel about him as a person.
Off the court, like he's your guy too.
Yes.
You just don't care.
I don't like his basketball game. I don't like his basketball game. That's all.
But LeBron like nails his stuff, and this is you can just see that it's in him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we know where he's going when this is all said and done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a couple of months ago, he came up. He was talking about voter suppression, and he came up with this foundation. I would call it More Than a Vote, which kind of goes on brand with it's more than an athlete.
Right. And it's not just him. It's other.
It's other. I'm sorry.
We don't want to make it sound like it's just about him. It's him and other athletes.
It's him and other athletes. I don't know all the names off the top of my head, but
I don't know. I just know when I saw the story, you know, of course they're gonna put the headline, the big boy first. So yeah.
And so, is it Florida?
Yes.
Yes. So in the state of Florida, they are going to help formerly incarcerated men
and women with felonies.
With felonies who, now that there is a thing in Florida or a law in Florida where convicted felons
have to pay a fine.
Who have to pay a fine
in order to get their voting rights.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they're going to help pay the fines for those people in Florida to get their voting rights. And this is huge because a lot of these people wouldn't have had the money to get their voting rights otherwise.
Right. That's right.
And so,
they wouldn't have definitely.
Yeah.
No. See, I feel like this, you know, because I was wondering why he was so like, nah, I don't need to do the back of, the whole Jersey social justice message thing. And I knew some of it was because they were putting restrictions on what could be said on the back. But this is the type of thing that has more impact than anything, because we already know that our vote is our power. Right. And so I just saw a graphic that, like, listen, y'all. So Tan France from Queer Eye. Okay. Is my Pakistani gay doppelganger. He is. He's my doppelganger because I feel like we're one soul. But he just posted a graphic where they showed how the election went, and like 42% of people didn't even vote. Wow. Yeah. It was crazy. So either way, like, we know that voting is so important. And so this is the most poignant, powerful way. Because you're giving back. Like, they thought they were coming up with a way to continue to suppress people's ability to vote. Right. But so I hope that they do this. I know they're in Florida, and that's probably why the focus is in Florida, but I hope that they can take this across the country and figure out ways. It might not be about paying for, there might not be other states that have this kind of law in place, but it might be other ways.
Legislation.
Other ways.
Because Georgia, as a convicted felon, you can't vote.
Right. So finding ways to help people around this, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that is the momentum that this provides for them to be able to go and help other people in this respect. And even if it's making the legislation, look, you can, like, I'm fine with fine them. Make them have to pay a fine, and then we're gonna provide them with the money to pay.
Right.
So whatever y'all need to do, but yeah, I love it.
Me too.
Love it. I love it. Power is in the vote. So let's go.
Shout out to my goat.
Yo go. Yo go. So I ain't even mad at it. Like no.
And apologies. Shout outs to the other
exactly
young Black athletes who are a part of this coalition.
I need to find out who they are.
It's super important. You know what I'm saying? The work that you guys are doing. Like voting is the way that things get changed in this country, and you know, for them to find a way to suppress the votes, but you all find a way to usurp that is paramount.
Yes, absolutely. I'm trying to see who it is. It just will not say anybody but LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that LeBron's the only person that they talk about? LeBron and a group of maybe they don't want to be known.
They probably don't want to be known.
Yeah. That might be what it is. They don't want their names out there. They just
I'm almost certain Chris Paul is probably part of that group.
I'm sure. But yeah, no, that's really cool. So kudos to you, though.
Yeah. Show picks.
Okay.
All right, what you got this week?
Okay, so all I've been watching is YouTube for some reason. I don't know what happened. I don't know why, but all I've been watching is YouTube, and I have become addicted to the Laugh Out Loud Network, which is Kevin Hart. And his What the Fit series is absolutely the funniest thing. Literally, I have been here gasping for air from laughing when him and Khloe Kardashian did goat yoga.
Oh, man. Yes.
And those goats were peeing and pooping all over. Listen, Kevin Hart is sick, okay?
Yes.
So, and then plus, with all of this bad stuff going on in the world, I just figured I just need something mindless and silly.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been constantly. No, I've not been watching, movies, just not stuff that's bringing any of that bad stuff around. So, so What the Fit, that's one. And the other one is from, what is it? Feast? Now We Feast? Or First We Feast?
First We Feast.
First We Feast. Their Hot One series. Where the guests are on it's one-on-one with Sean Evans, and they're being interviewed while they eat 10 chicken wings that are progressively getting hotter and hotter.
That'd be right up my alley.
You said what?
That'd be right up my alley.
Oh, really? Okay. No, I love hot wings. I'd have been over there like, let's do this. And everybody who feels that way is on, like, he's had.
Idris Elba?
No, but it was the Indian. I cannot think of his name right now.
Comedian?
Yes, he does he has his own show, Patriot Act. What is the man's name?
Oh,
what is his name? I can't think of his name. But he's Indian. And so Indian food is spicy already. So he was like, oh, this ain't gonna be no problem for me. I'm gonna be good. Man, the way he was crying before it was all said and done, it was hilarious. Oh, man. But yeah, like it's just Tiffany Haddish was funny. But Taraji Henson, she stopped at like wing 6 maybe, but she brought her bodyguard because he's from Trinidad. And he ate the last 4.
Really?
And he didn't flinch.
Oh, wow.
Like, ate the whole wing. Most people just take a bite and they put it down.
Was it Russell Peters?
No.
Aziz Ansari?
No. You talking about the Indian dude? Yeah. What is his name?
Hassan Minaj.
That's it.
There you go. Okay. That's him. I was like, it got to be one of the 3.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was so, like, it's so funny, y'all. If you haven't seen it, it's been on for years.
Yeah.
It's like season 11 now or something like that.
Right.
So, but I'm telling you, if you just need mindless something to laugh at, What the Fit and the Hot Ones, I'm telling you, hilarious.
Well, I'm going to stay on that same line.
Okay.
And I only put one yesterday. But when you were talking about What the Fit just now, it made me think about his other show.
Yes.
That is super hilarious.
Yes.
Cold as Balls.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Stupid. Oh my God. Everything on there is funny though. Really.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones coldest balls was when he had what's the father's name? Father, the basketball player.
Oh, LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the funniest ones. LeVar Ball is hilarious.
I saw that. I didn't want to watch it.
You watched it though?
I did. Just like I've been watching Lip Sync Battle.
Yeah.
And him and Lamar, him and his son, they were on Lip Sync Battle. I'm not watching that. Not watching that. Look, I literally skipped over that one episode. I'm good. Let me go
to the next one.
Yep.
But my second one, it was the only one I had at first.
Mm-hmm.
Was Boogie Cousins Comedy Slam. You have to see this. It's on Amazon Prime Video.
Okay.
No, it's not Boogie making the jokes.
Okay, because you see me like.
Nah, I saw that. You was looking like. But he's doing the same thing that Shaq did. All right. Where he like hosts the comedy show. Yeah. He did it in Oakland. He had Mike Epps hosting it.
Okay.
But he had Carlos Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Owen.
You ain't gotta say no more. You ain't gotta say no more.
Tony Roberts.
Okay.
And it was one more person that I think I'm forgetting.
Oh, he had like big name people on
there. Yeah. Oh, and Red Grant. I forget Red Grant. He's from DC.
Heaven forbid. Right. Yes. Wow.
You know how I feel about my DC people.
We know.
Yes, it's hilarious.
Okay.
You are going to laugh the entire time. All the way through. It's like an hour and maybe 20-something minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. You know that's my thing. Like literally right now, that's my if I'm gonna get on the TV, it's about something to make me laugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to see
that will certainly do it for you.
Okay. And it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Got it.
Yeah.
Gonna watch it.
Boogie Cousins.
Gonna watch it tonight while I eat my pasta and juice.
For sure. We at the end of another one. And this was a cool one because you ain't seen us together in a long time.
Yes. Yes.
Man, I'm thankful, one, because I think I told you about this last night. Last night, I told you I was leaving to go.
Yeah.
Go back to DC.
That's probably why I started asking all them questions. Notice I was asking when is the funeral? When are you going? What's happening? Probably God, the Holy Spirit is probably like, bling, 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 get ready. Yeah, so all good. So, I'm happy that you got to come see me.
Yeah. We were talking about that. It was like a couple of months ago. We were like, yo, when's the next time?
Yeah.
It sucks that it had to be under these conditions, but
very much so. But yeah. Because our thought was, when I moved here, it's only 4 hours. You were like, oh, I'll come up like maybe once a month. We'll do one of these. But then COVID happened and all hell broke out and nobody's doing anything. So,
It was good that, we could get together and actually be in the same room.
Yes, because this is the best chemistry we're going to have when we together like this for real.
It's over the phone.
We good. We still good, but this is better. This is better.
Yeah.
This is better for sure.
But we thank you and we appreciate you guys for listening. We apologize again for the hiatus.
We don't apologize. No, we don't.
No,
we don't.
We're not sorry.
No, we're not sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying we just like every listen. God had to rest.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna just put it like that. Yeah. I ain't gonna say no more.
He did chill out on 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah.
So sometimes we just need a break. It's okay. And hopefully y'all caught up.
I was all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I felt it. That's why I said what I said. Like, no, sir, we're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
Jared tries to be Superman, and I'm not gonna let him. I'm sorry. I'm not. He got a lot going on in his life, and this is so for you all. This should let you know how much he loves this. That he puts the time in to do this with all of the other things that are happening in his life. So he was gonna sit down. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it with you.
And now look, when you text me too, I was going back. I'm like, nah, I can do it, and we can do it like this. And I came back. I was like, nah, you right.
Yeah. Let's stop playing. That's right. That's right. And so we'll talk about it. Anyway, we can talk when we get done. I had an idea. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But again, we love you guys. Thank you for listening. If you want to hit us up on Twitter @FieldToTheRealP1. Yes.
That's it.
At Fields to the Real P1. Got a shout out from Van Lathan. Thank you, Van.
Oh.
I was commenting on
I know.
the joint about the wire.
Yes.
You
got a shout out from somebody else on something too, didn't you?
No, it was just
that was just him.
Yeah, it was Van. Okay. It was Van Lathan and Jamel Hill. But Van was who I was actually conversing with on Twitter.
Okay.
And so love y'all. Thank y'all so much. If you want to hit us up on IG, Fields to the Real Podcast, at Fields to the Real Podcast. Hit us on our email, fieldstothereal@gmail.com, and just reach out to us. You know, we love the feedback. YouTube page, Fields to the Real Podcast. This episode, if you are listening to it, you're going to see the visual for it on Monday. I'm gonna get it right on out. As soon as I get to the house, I'm gonna edit everything and throw it on out. Make sure it's ready to go. Okay. But yeah, we love y'all. Peace.